Hello my friends, this is Petra from Petra's Cauldron and I'd like to welcome you guys back. Well, remember we made this beautiful video, the step-by-step video with the Rouladen, the German traditional dish. And then I followed up with my promise to you guys with the Rotkohl, red cabbage, which we eat with the Rouladen. Well, today it's going to be part 3, because today we're going to follow up with the halb und halb Knödel, or Klöse. It's potato Klöse. So this is now something that has been passed down from my grandma too. I mean, basically all my cooking, what I'm doing is from my grandma, and then she passed it on to my mom, and my mom passed it on to me. But most of the time I was cooking with my grandma. So that way, you know, I always refer to her straight and overjump my mom. So, sorry, Mom. I know she's cooking with me all the time here, and so is my grandma. Anyway, so we are going to make potato dumplings. German potato dumplings, and there are so many different ways how you do it. It's always up on what region are you from. So now I'm from West Berlin, which is the northern part, right? So my grandma came from central Germany, called Soest, which is in that area. Anyway, it's central Germany, so they cook different anyway. So they used half and half, which means half of a raw potato, half of a cooked and peeled potato. And I'll show you now exactly what you need, okay? In order that you can make it step by step. So follow me. So first you need the star, which is the potato. So I like to take roast potatoes for that. And you always want to see that you have the same size, right? So you want to have the same size of raw potato. And I'm going to take 2 today because I want to freeze some of my potato dumplings. So you take 2 of the same kind. You need 2 of them. So 2 of them you peel, which I have done in here. You see, I have peeled them. Put them in water so they're not browning up, but they can lose already some starch, right? You need that. And then you need 2 cooked potatoes. And try to get away with all this brown stuff. You know, this is the brown stuff. Try to get the eyes out. My grandma always called them the eyes. Try to get them out because they're disgusting. You don't want them, okay? See, my potatoes. Okay, there's one left. Holy cow. So it's gone. So you take them out. Then you need a little of the onions. You need about 2 eggs. You need some parsley. You need some salt, some nutmeg. You need some flour, some bread flour. And then on tools, you need a big bowl where you have a grinder like this, and you gotta have the big one here, you know, that one, but we have to use later on for grinding up the raw potatoes. It goes in here. Then you need to have one of those babies. I like to take one of the bowls and put my net mesh in here, or whatever it's been called, you know. If you don't have such a thing, and you can buy it usually at a produce aisle, you know, you can also use a tea towel, because you got to wring out the fresh potato. You put it into here. That's why you need this baby, to carry it over from here into here, and then you squeeze out all the liquid. So now let's get cooking step by step with Petra's potato dumplings, half and half. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of those wet potatoes here. I dry them off with the towel, clean kitchen towel. Try not to have towels around you where you have the smelly part in it, you know, for the soft wash. You don't want that. It doesn't taste right. So now, in order to not make this ball go away, I always put some sticky stuff underneath of it so I have more grip, okay? So then you're going to take this one here and you grind it just like so. And when you come down to the smaller part, you got to watch out for your fingers, for your fingernails. When I did this when I was a kid, my Oma always said, well, you got to watch out for that. And I said, okay, I will. And then next second, what happened was I grinded in some of my flesh. It started bleeding, and she says, that is the secret ingredient. So if you have that, you know, don't you worry about it. So that's a secret ingredient, tastes even better. So now I'm going to grind this all down here, and I'll see you in a moment, okay? So now the potato becomes so small, see here? That is when now the dangerous part starts. So if you hold it like so, you have a very, if you hold it like so, you have a very, very good chance, you know, that you get some of your fingernails in it, some of the skin, and you start bleeding, or some of the knuckles. So you don't want to have that. So what I do, and what my grandma showed me to do, is you take the potato, put it in here, and then you go straight to here, and then you have your hand straight out like so, and then you go up and down as much as you can. So when it becomes very small, that you think, okay, I'm gonna cut now my skin, that's when you stop. See, and we still got a good chunk out of this potato, you see here, very small. Now this one here you don't need, and you can put this aside. So now I'm gonna take care of potato number 2. So now you're gonna wipe it all off, because you wanna keep as much as potatoes you can get, okay? Don't forget to go inside, because there's a lot of potatoes inside and stick, okay? So that's what you're doing. So now the potato starts to turn a little brown. You can see that. That is the starch. You see here, that is the starch. Don't worry about it when it turns brown. It doesn't matter. So the next step is you will be using either way a tea towel to put it all in and squeeze it out, or you don't. Then you use one of the mesh things, you know, I showed you before. So let me wash off my hands here quick. So now the next step is to take that baby, take your potatoes, dump it into here or into your tea towel. Put it into here. See, because now it's going to be time to squeeze out all the liquid, which is the starches. You will be amazed how much starch you will be finding in it. It's unbelievable. So, okay, so now I'm going to take this up high. And how you do it is, see, I like the mesh because you get more water out of it, you know. See, it starts already. See here, that liquid? Listen. So then you turn it around like so. You just turn it and turn it and turn it and turn it. And squeeze it. Get as much out as you possibly can. Wow, that is all the starch. Don't toss out that liquid because we are going to use it later. We need it. Because that is one of the binding factors for the cooked potatoes. So okay, this is all I can do. So I'm not that strong, but that is good enough for me. See here? This is all in here now. Now I'm going to show you the starch and the water. Look at this. So we're going to set this one aside now and make sure that the starch will go all down to the bottom, because that's what we need later on, okay? So, and as you can see, we had the grinded potatoes already in here, and you can see some little white and brownish things. That is the starch of the potato. I wouldn't wash it out yet. I would just keep it. Now what we're doing is we're taking now the cooked potatoes. So what is a cooked potato? You take a potato just like this. You wash it nicely off. Put it in a pot. You put it on number 7 for cooking. Let it sit cooking for about 20-30 minutes. That is depends on what size of potato you have, okay? And then when it's been cooked, you take it out and you let it sit on the counter and cool off just a bit. Then you take one of your trusty knives and then you go behind it, you cut in like so, and then you pull it away. And I'll show you how that's been done. So here you got your knife. I'm a smarty because I have cooked 3 in order to show you. So what you're doing is you make a little small cut in here. You hold your knife to an angle. So and then you go in and you hold, see here, you go behind the skin and then you hold it with your thumb and then you just pull it off. See how easy it comes off? And that's how you do it. See, that is so simple. That's how you do it. And these are the eyes we were talking about earlier. You don't want the eyes in it. Now, you can go with a knife, put it in an angle and lift it up, or you can just go back and you cut it out. But see here, see here. And actually it's very simple. And I'll show you that again in very slow motion. You go here behind it with your knife, go and hold the little skin here, the skin nap here. You hold the little skin nap, you put it with your thumb and you pull it back and then you just peel it off. It comes off very, very simple. Very, very easy. See, that's what it is. That is called a Pellkartoffel, because Pell is peeling, Kartoffel is potato. Okay, so next step. Next step is now you take now your potatoes, the peeled potatoes, and you put it in here, both of them, because they have been both of the same size. Then you take your potato stampfer and you just break it down like so. right? Like so. You don't have to go too crazy with that. Just has to be broken down enough that it will be combined later on with the potato and the other ingredients, okay? That's it. So now we're gonna add these potatoes from the little sack. Remember those ones? So they started now turning a little brownish or pinkish, you know, like so. So that's what they look like, see? So now you dump that in here too. So that is now half and half. That is where the name half and half comes from. You're taking half cooked potato, half raw potato, okay? So now you can put this into a wash. So you have that in. Then you take 2 eggs. You add the 2 eggs, like so. Here we go. Now here's another trick what you can do. You can have some onions in here, which I'm going to do just a little. I'm going to just squeeze some in it, not a whole lot, just for taste. Not a big deal. Tastes very delicious. Like I said, depends on the regions. Some regions, they say, hey, you know what? We use bacon in it, or Speck. Speck is the other word now for bacon, you know. So it's just what's been called, oh, good grief, smoked. Smoked was the word I was looking for. Okay, so we have that. Now we will be having some nutmeg. Here's your nutmeg. You gotta have, what is this here? Probably about a half teaspoon nutmeg you can put on it, absolutely. Is that a quarter? That's, okay, that's a quarter. Yeah, it's about a quarter. Make it about a half teaspoon, okay? Put that in. Oh, this is so tough for me with the measurements because we don't measure, never. And then you use about a half teaspoon of salt. Or you can have a little more. Make it a teaspoon here. So, okay, that's good enough. So then we're gonna add now a handful of flour. And you can use any type of flour you want. Now this is more for binding. That's all you're gonna have. And then now you're gonna put in your parsley for color. Put that all together, all right? Very simple. So, and then you start mixing it again. So you can use it like so. That's what I do. Break it down first. And then you're gonna mix it very, very nicely. Put everything together, all right? Now my grandma, she didn't use any tools. You know, of course you can use a spatula. You can do that. But you are not going to get the same result out of it. You want to have a nice mix. So you go in with your hands. So you just do this. It's kind of like massage it. Now that is the same concept what you do when we make German Krautsalat, you know, or Yugoslavian Krautsalat. Or you mix the meats together. This is what you're doing. See here? You go in with your hands. You go in like so. You bring it up. Then you put it down and you use this part here and you just smush it like so, right? And while you're doing this, you're twisting and turning your ball. So this is basically all it is, my friends. So, see here, isn't that beautiful? So if you like it now spicy, you can put some other spices on it, but my grandma never did. You can even maybe put some pepper on it if you like, but we don't. So we just keep it as it is. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to make some balls out of this. Now this is the consistency you want. You see? That is the consistency you want. Everything is nicely mixed. And now you can make nice little balls. Probably about where you can make it like golf ball size. Or you can make it tennis ball size, okay? We probably go in between somewhere. And while you have that, you have a big pot of water sitting on your stove, starts boiling, okay? So, okay, let me form those babies up, and I'll be right with you again. Okay, and then here's the other part, is if that is too moist, just add a little more of the flour to it. You don't want to have it too moist, right? So I have to put a little more flour on it. So that you know how it's been done. So see here, you want to have it kind of like sticky, right? So I'm going to have a little more. You're ending up probably about a half cup to a cup, depends on the size of your potatoes, and to have the nice little texture. All right. So Okay. Now this is not a diabetic friendly recipe because you get 4 big potatoes, you know, they have tons of starches, you got flour in it too. So if you're watching your carbs, that is not your recipe, okay? So I have formed 6 of the potato balls now. Try to get everything out. Now this is very ooey gooey, you can see that, you know, very sticky, tacky, glue type, whatever, dough. So I use a small one, the leftovers, and I will be using this one as my test run. So I'm going to be dumping this one first into the cooking water. That way I know exactly if I need a little bit more salt or not. But usually, you know, you're fine if you go by those measurements. Be stingy with the salt, always be stingy with the salt, because when you add later on your gravy, there's salt in it. You wanna just taste everything else and not only this ones here, okay? The half and half potato dumplings. So now here you see the juice, here you see all the starches. So you can toss that out. And there you see the potato starches. Now, if you like, you can add this also to your mixture when you have everything together in the bowl. That was just a side note. I don't do this because that's too much of starches. I have already too many starches in here, you know. So I'm not going to use that since I'm a pre-diabetic. So I try to keep this out. But I wanted to show you, if you don't want to use flour, then use this one and add the flour to it. Right? Only this one here. Scrape it out with a spatula and add it to your mixture before you start rolling your beautiful dumplings, right? See here they are. That's what they look like. This is what they look like. Very beautiful. Here we go. My water is now boiling. This is what you want. Then you're going to take it down from the high heat and you're going to put it back on 7. Let it still boil. I have a spatula like this, a tiny one, and I love that, because you don't want to touch these ones anymore with your naked hands. So what I'm doing is I just go underneath of it like so, and I just glide them in very slowly. So they will be falling down to the bottom, which they have to be. Don't overcrowd your pot, okay? I would just say maybe 4 or so you could put in. I wouldn't put more in it, because then you overcrowd them, you know. This can wait, not a big deal. So now you want to wait that they come up. So when they come back up, that is the clear sign that this is done. They're fully cooked again. I mean, the half of it is fully cooked again, so then it's going to be all right. So what are you going to eat with those ones? You can eat anything with that, and I tell you anything. You can have brown gravy with that. You can have any type of leftover goulash, stir fries. You can have pot roasts, whatever you have. It doesn't matter if it's chicken or beef or whatnot. You can have it also with fish, but I don't recommend it with fish. It doesn't taste too good with fish, so I wouldn't do that. But you can have it with everything what is gravy on it. Then you pair it with nice salads, or you can pair it with nice, beautiful vegetables, cooked or raw. But I would cook them. Pears and carrots taste delicious with that, you know. Now, if you have the rouladen, like we made, remember, go back to the rouladen video. And thank you, by the way, over 2,000 views. I love it in, 7 days? Absolutely phenomenal. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please like and subscribe if you find my videos okay and cool and very knowledgeable. Please like and subscribe. And so with the rouladen, what we made, you pair it with your red cabbage, the Rotkohl, and then you have the knödels to that. We call them knödel or Klöse. It always depends on what area you're coming from. The southern part, I think they say knödel or semmelknödel. Semmelknödel is a different thing again, you know. It has a lot to do with bread. We don't do bread. So, because I'm from the northern part, so we use potatoes. Yeah, potato fields all the way around it, so plenty of them. So let's check on our gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful half and half potato dumplings, knödels again. As you can see, they're still sitting in here doing nothing. They're still cooking, and it's still boiling. And I have it down on 7. See here, 7. 7 is enough. I wouldn't go higher than that. You know, you don't want to be too cloudy, too roughy. I wouldn't do that too. This is what you're doing, okay? Oh, I can't wait to taste it. I have defrosted some gravy from my leftover Rotweinsoße, which is also the traditional dish from Renate's cooking. Renate's traditional Sunday dish. Yeah, please go and check it out too. That is another fantastic Sunday's dish. It's a roast with some beautiful things in it. I'm not going to give away too much, but you have to go and check it out. Check it out, check it out, check it out. And the knödels, which we are making here now, right now, the potato knödels, they are perfect with that. So pair it with that and it's awesome. You can also serve it with a nice green salad. You can have a nice cucumber salad with that. Beautiful. That's our next step. What we are going to do, a nice cucumber salad. That's cool. So I hope that you liked my videos so far. Like and subscribe. Share. Get America cooking traditional German dishes. That is what we want to do. And my videos are always a little longer because I'm doing step-by-step videos. That way you will not miss a beat and you get to learn everything what we had. And I can pass down all my wisdom and knowledge from my parents, from my grandma, and my mom on to you, okay? So let's see what they make. So check this out. So our beautiful potato dumplings, our knödel, halb und halb, they just resurfaced to the top. See, they're all climbed up and they're done. That's what they're telling us. So I recommend one of those things because it's so much easier for you to get it out. Let it drip off a little. Then you put them on a nice plate. Ouch, 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 hot, hot, hot. Of course it's hot, duh. So, so, then you put it on your plate. And usually, depends on how big of a eater you are. German people usually eat one if they are this size. But some guys, they love them so much they eat two. I could never eat two. It's way too much. Way too much for me, way too much. But this is what they are. So I'm going to take this out. And now I'm going to put in the rest of it so that they can go swimming. Go, have a dump. See you later, alligator. And you too, baby. And you too. So they're in here now. And I'm going to show you what these babies looks like from the inside. Check this out. Awesome, huh? So here we are back. So now these are, like I showed before, our beautiful halb und halb potato dumplings. Kartoffel Klöse, halb und halb, all right? So now, I also have told you that I still found in my freezer some Rotweinsoße, red wine sauce, and this one is from 423, so I defrosted it, and I was heating it up, and this is my end result. See this one here? How gorgeous is this? So now I'm going to take one of my beautiful potatoes here and put that in here, right in the middle. And then I will be having some gravy on top of it. Oh, if you could smell this. And I'm going to use it just like a soup. God, this is so delicious. Good grief. Holy moly. Check this out. Isn't that wonderful? This is what you can have. That's so easy to make. It's simple, it's delicious, and it's versatile. You can have it on so many different types of dinners. So I will be breaking this off and I will be tasting this here now. So that you can see also the inside. Look at this. This is what it looks like from the inside. See? That is what it looks like from the inside. It's a little ooey gooey because of the flour and all the potatoes and also the eggs. So now I'm going to taste it. Hammer. With that sauce, what a compliment. Absolutely delightful. I know I shouldn't be talking with a full mouth, but I noticed that everybody does that, so I do that too. So this could be a dinner for somebody, Now all you have to add, actually, if you're not eating meat or you don't have any meat anymore, but you still have some leftover sauce, defrost it, make it with your potato dumplings, with your potato klöse, and have it with the green salad. That is very simple to make. And it's very, very, very delicious. So I like to say thank you for stopping by at Petra's Cauldron. My glasses, they always go down. I don't know, they're probably not fitting right. Probably have to go. Anyway, so I'd like to say thank you for stopping by, and please give it a thumb up for likes. Leave me your comments down below what you would like to see next, and if you have made them, how they turned out for you. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'm going to write down the whole recipe, what you need, into the description, and you just follow the video like we always do. Very simple, stop and go, stop and go, stop and go, step by step, okay? So please like, subscribe, share my videos with others, and I hope I see you again in my next video. And I don't know what my cauldron is going to tell me what I need to cook. That's why it's Petra's cauldron. So thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much again, and see you later, alligator. Bye, tschüss.